In this episode, Qweens has her first heat. Here's what we did, what to expect, and some tips and tricks to help make it a smoother experience for you both. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Growing Up Qweens. Please like and subscribe to stay up to date on our adventure. On April 13th, just shy of 10 months old, Qweens went into her first heat. It began with a spot. I gently flipped her on her back to confirm if her vulva was swollen, and it was. She was officially in heat. Female dogs can go into heat at any point after 7 months old, so you'll want to keep an eye out for any bloody discharge or swelling from that point on. Once it starts, it typically lasts for a full month, so it's best to be as prepared and understanding as possible. Luckily, dogs only go into heat twice a year. Behavior-wise, I didn't notice much change prior to her heat. However, during, she had noticeably less energy and was much more standoffish with other dogs. If they came at her with big dog energy, Qweens was quicker to defend her space. Once she finished her heat, I found she became much more independent and salty. She was more selective with the dogs she interacted with, and was braver in letting other dogs know if they were bothering her. There are a number of products to help you manage your dog's heat, from diapers to absorbent pads you can stick into the inside of underwear of your choosing. Here's what I've tried and what I found works best for me. First, I always buy fun boys underwear and thread the tail through the crotch. It helps a little with absorption, however, I mainly do it because it's so freaking cute. I have to give my friends credit for the idea. They're the ones who put Athena into Spider-Man undies and melted my heart. That said, Athena would chew out the crotch as soon as you weren't looking, rendering them useless, and Qweens would pull out the absorption pad and shred it. I immediately stopped putting in the pads, and only used underwear if they had a heavy flow. Since both my pups thwarted my efforts to absorb their spotting, I resigned to protecting the most vulnerable areas of my house, my couch and my bed. For the couch, I wrapped an old mattress sheet around it, placed some pee pads, and used another old bed sheet on top of that, folded for extra absorption. For my bed, I switched to an old blanket and used another old sheet to protect it and my pillows. I also launder these once a week to help keep things sanitary. On top of that, I make sure to always wear house shoes and mop up any spots regularly. If you have carpet, I find Nature's Miracle stain and odor remover to be the most effective. Your pup is most fertile when in heat, so it is paramount to keep them away from unneutered males during this time. It only takes a second for an encounter to happen, and then you'll have a bunch of little issues. As well, with their hormones in flux, they can be more unpredictable, as can other dogs reacting to your pup in heat. I tend to stay away from dog parks during this time, sticking to hikes and longer walks instead. This way interactions with other dogs are less common and easier to manage. However, the day before her heat began, while at the dog park, I was on my phone while Qweens was playing with another dog. Qweens darted just past my leg, and the larger dog, roughly 40 pounds, ran straight into my knee. The entire time Qweens was in heat, I was on crutches. Hikes and longer walks were out, and I had to rely on dog parks to keep Qweens active and engaged. It was incredibly stressful, but I was diligent in ensuring every dog in the park was neutered, and worked with the owners of dogs that weren't to help keep encounters from happening. If any unneutered males became too engrossed with Qweens, that would be our cue to leave. Luckily, her lower energy gave me a bit of a break, and with the help of an amazing app and a new friend, we got through it. Thankfully. Prices can vary depending on the walker you use and what your needs are. However, I wouldn't have made it through the month without it. Pawshake was a lifesaver, and so is our new dog walker friend Shannon. Remember, your dog's first heat is stressful enough, so anything you can do to prep will lead to a more positive experience for you both. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped and gave you some ideas. If you have any other tips or tricks to help manage your dog's heat, please leave them in the comment section below. And be sure to subscribe for more Growing Up Qweens. Later days.
Yeah, walk it off, walk it off. Pretend like nothing happened.